students. In this video, we are going to learn the second part of the story, The Best Christmas Present in the World, written by Morpurgo. So first we have to learn the main characters in the second part. Jim Macpherson, Hans Wolf, and Little Private Morris. Among these, Jim Macpherson was fighting in the war as a captain in the English army. He was a teacher from Dorset, England. Hans Wolf was a German cello player in an orchestra. He was an officer in the German army. Little Private Morris was from the English army. He was very happy to play and celebrate Christmas together with the German army. He became very excited when the German army proceeded towards the no man's land to celebrate Christmas with the English army. Cello is a musical instrument. Orchestra is a group of instruments played together, usually for classical music. Trench, place for hiding for the soldiers while fighting in the war. No man's land is an area in the border of two countries. The soldiers from two sides do not permit to cross it, as it is not decided who owns this land. Grey coat is a German soldier's uniform. Khaki coat is English soldier's uniform. Summary of the second part of the lesson. Mr. Jim Macpherson wrote a letter to Mrs. Connie Macpherson describing the celebration of Christmas in the battlefield. Both the German and English armies left their weapons or guns and started wishing Happy Christmas. Jim Macpherson hesitated little at first. He thought it was a trick of the enemy soldiers. But later, he was also happy to see the two armies sharing their food, drinks, and playing football together. Hans Wolf became Jim's friend. Hans Wolf was the German captain. Hans Wolf loved English literature and England. His favorite English writer was Thomas Hardy, and favorite novel was Far from the Madding Crowd. They were talking about the characters of Hardy's novels in the battlefield. Jim understood that Hans Wolf did not like to fight in the battle. Hans Wolf said that all the issues should be resolved by a football match. He was unable to find a reason why people had to be killed, children were to be orphaned, and wives had to become widows. Soldiers from both the armies wanted peace. The German army left after winning the match for 2-1. In the night, German armies were singing the Christmas carol Silent Night. English armies were singing while shepherds watched. Jim was very happy. He wrote in the letter that they had the time of peace and goodwill. He wanted to treasure or memorize this Christmas celebration as long as he lived. Fridge. In this lesson, Fridge is used as a common name for all Germans. Tommy. In this lesson, Tommy is used as the common name for English people. Schnapp. German alcoholic drink made from grains. Marzipan is a sweet paste to cover cake made from powdered almond, sugar, etc., usually made in Germany. Thomas Hardy was an English writer and novelist. He was a favorite writer of Hans Wolff, who was a German. Far from the Madding Crowd is a novel written by Thomas Hardy. Bathsheba was the lead character of the novel. Gabriel Oak was the leading male character of the novel. Sergeant Roy, a character in the novel. Christmas Carol, in German language, written by an Austrian, now translated to English.
Holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly.
Now see the questions on comprehension check. The first question is, who had written the letter, to whom and when? And the answer for the first question is, Jim Macpherson wrote the letter to his wife, Mrs. Connie Macpherson, on December 26, 1914. The next question is, why was the letter written? What was the wonderful thing that had happened? And the answer for this question is, Jim Macpherson wrote the letter because he wanted to share the wonderful thing happened on the Christmas with his wife as soon as possible. The wonderful thing was the celebration of Christmas by the soldiers of the two enemy countries, Germany and England, in the battlefield. The third question is, what jobs did Hans Wolff and Jim Macpherson have when they were not soldiers? And the answer for this question is, Hans Wolff was a German cello player in an orchestra before he joined as the officer in the German army. Jim Macpherson was a teacher from Dorset, England, before he joined the English army. The question number 4 is, had Hans Wolff ever been to Dorset? Why did he say he knew it? Hans Wolff had never been to Dorset. He said that he knew about Dorset because he had read about it in the novel Far from the Madding Crowd. The last question is, do you think Jim Macpherson came back from the war? How do you know this? The answer to the question is, Jim Macpherson did not come back from the war. We know it because Mrs. Macpherson wrote on the letter, Jim's last letter, to be buried with me when time comes.